Hey there, St. Paul's. It is good to see many of you online right now at this time. It is June 17th. Just thought I'd do a quick update. I'm getting back from a time of vacation, and we had our council meeting last week. I did post a couple things online for information, but just wanted to use this opportunity just to pass on some updates for you. If you look on the church website, and also on the Facebook page, you're going to see some of the updates. I want to make a brief mention that July 12th, we're returning to communion at our 8 and 10:30 services. That's on July 12th. And then on July 19th, July 19th at 9:15, we're going to be having a quarterly voters meeting. And that's going to be in person, and also we're going to actually stream it through Facebook like this too. So I'm going to bring my laptop into the fellowship hall for the quarterly voters meeting and turn the camera that I have here, turn it around so that everybody can see the meeting and participate that way. And so then that will be in person. You can actually attend in person, or if you want to attend through Facebook just to keep up to date, that'll be fine. That's on July 19th. So July 12th, July 12th, we'll return to communion. July 12th. Let me see if I got the dates right. My apologies here. Yep, July 12th, return to communion at 8 and 10:30. Okay, sorry, I'm just making sure I got the dates right. July 19th, quarterly voters meeting. That's in person or Facebook. And then July 26th. Okay, my apologies. I'm just making sure I got the right dates here. July 26th, 9:15 adult Bible study returns in person and on Facebook Live. Now, with that in mind, I just want to make mention that we're going to be starting 1 John this weekend. And so I did order a commentary on 1 John. And the reason for going through 1 John is really because 1 John covers something called Gnosticism. We're going to unpack what that means. It's a very fancy word, but I'll explain to you what Gnosticism is. And believe it or not, Gnosticism is actually everywhere in our culture right now. So we'll be tackling that here starting this Sunday on 1 John. And then on August 14th through 16th, keep in mind the LYF are having a camp at Shepherd's Hill. The details where that will come. August 30th, we're going to have a parent and youth confirmation meeting, and that's going to be for 6th through 8th graders. September 2nd, it will be the last summer midweek divine service. Now, with that in mind, keep in mind that on Wednesdays, we are having our midweek services at 6 p.m. That's with communion right now at this time. And then September 2nd will be our first confirmation. That's going to be for grades 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. We're going to have those 9th graders from last year since we haven't had Confirmation Sunday yet. We're going to have those 9th graders for a couple weeks, and then leading up to Confirmation Sunday being on September 20th. So keep that in mind. All right. I believe those are all the announcements. Again, July 12th, communion returns at 8 and 10:30. July 19th is the quarterly voters meeting. July 26th is the adult Bible study. And that's going to be in person or through the internet. We'll have both of those features for you. August 14th through 16th, we're having an LYF camp at Shepherd's Hill. August 30th, a parent and youth meeting for confirmation, and then kind of into the routine of things. Also, let's see, September 13th, Rally Sunday will be Sunday school. We'll be beginning here at St. Paul's on September 13th. So keep that in mind. All right, I think we got all that. Quick devotional thought for us today. I'd like to read some comments, and when I was on my vacation, I had some time to think through this. If you don't notice on our small catechism, in the very, very back of the catechism, there's something called the Table of Duties. And with those Table of Duties, they talk about the duties of us as Christians to those who are in governing authority, to those who are in the church, and then to each other in family. And if you look at each of those sections, it actually is talking about the estates of the church, the state, the government itself, and the family. And so in light of that, I wrote this up the other night as I was just kind of doing some thinking and writing on my vacation time. And it says this, and this is very applicable for us to think about. So it says this: the small catechism identifies three estates or hierarchies in life: the church, the state, and the family. Each of these estates functions quite differently, but are equally necessary for the sake of a healthy society. For example, the church gives gifts of grace, gospel. The state bears the sword to maintain order and peace, law. And the family nurtures and provides, mercy. Tragically, though, when one of these estates is absent or negligent, society will demand the other two estates to compensate, to pick up the lack and the slack. As a result, politicians can be expected to turn their podiums into pulpits and be pastors. Pastors can be expected to abandon the word and the sacraments to nurture as fathers. And the state can be expected to provide stability, not the sword. Alas, pastors are not politicians, and politicians, they're not pastors. Police officers are neither pastors nor fathers. To the point, when politicians and police officers are expected to be parents, they cannot fulfill their role for order and peace. And when pastors turn their pulpits into political podiums, they fail to administer the word and sacraments. And when fathers and mothers fail to provide and nurture for their families, they inevitably put a burden on the church and the state to be parents in their stead. In the end, when one estate suffers, all estates suffer. The church is not designed to bear the sword, just as the state is not designed to deliver the means of grace, and it is not good for the family to neglect its nurturing and provisional care. Each estate is necessary and good in its own sphere and hierarchy for a healthy society. All right, good stuff. Really good stuff to think about considering. And I've had a lot of responses to that. People have been saying, it's all about staying in our lanes. And that is absolutely so incredibly true for us to stay in our lanes and our vocational calling. And so our vocational calling here at St. Paul's is always going to be that means of grace, not neglecting that, because that is the most important thing that St. Paul's can do, is deliver that gospel, that word and sacrament to us, into our ears, into our bellies, into our mouths, so we know who we are in Christ. So with that said, I just wanted to share that with you. I did post that online the other day for you to think about the 3 estates that we have. With that in mind, again, just those dates, again, as a reminder, they're on the post on the website too as well. So tonight, we're having a church service at 6 o'clock, that Wednesday service, and that'll be with communion, and that'll be the same service as the following Sunday, but different sermons, so keep that in mind as well. All right, we'll keep you posted the best we can here at St. Paul's, and it's good to see all of you guys, and we'll keep in touch, okay? God bless.